Okay, good morning. Today I am going to discuss flow of viscous fluid through circular pipe, or it is also known as a Hagen-Poiseuille formula. Okay, it is also can be asked in GTU exam. Head loss through circular pipe under laminar flow. Okay, so first of all we will understand from the diagram. Okay, so here we consider a pipe. Okay, the direction of flow in x direction. Okay, in that we have considered a small fluid element. Okay, so there are certain forces acting on the pressure forces acting on the element, fluid element. Okay, in positive x direction, the pressure force is acting P1, that is nothing but P into pi r square. Okay, in opposite direction, the pressure force is acting P plus del P by del x into dx into pi r square, and another shear force is acting. Okay, tau into 2 pi r into dx. Okay, so what we have to find out, we have to find out three things. Okay, for the flow of viscous fluid through circular pipe, the velocity distribution across a section we have to find out, the ratio of maximum velocity to average velocity we have to find out, and shear stress distribution and pressure drop for a given length is to be determined. Okay, so these four things we have to find out. First one is velocity distribution across the section. Second one is ratio of maximum velocity to the average velocity. Third one is shear stress distribution and pressure drop for a given length. Okay, so generally we know that the flow through the circular pipe will be considered as a viscous or laminar when the Reynolds number less than 2000. Okay, in a pipe flow. Okay, so we can consider the flow maybe a viscous or laminar flow. Okay, so consider a horizontal pipe of radius r. So here we consider the radius of r, the radius of the pipe we have considered capital R. Okay, and the viscous fluid is flowing from left to right in the pipe as shown in diagram. Okay, so direction of the flow will be from left to right side. Okay, now consider a fluid element of radius r. So we have considered a small fluid element whose radius is small r. Okay, and sliding in a cylindrical fluid element of radius r plus dr. Okay, let consider the length of fluid element dx. Okay, so here we consider the length of fluid element is dx. Okay, it is nothing but x2 minus x1, we can say that. Okay, now let us consider the forces acting on the fluid element are the pressure force P into pi r square on the face AB, the pressure force P plus del P by del x into dx into pi r square on face CD, and the shear force tau into 2 pi r into dx on the surface of the fluid element. Okay, so these three forces are acting on the fluid element. Okay, now there is no acceleration, hence the summation of all forces in the direction of the flow must be 0. So summation of F is equal to 0. So we have to find out the summation of all forces. Okay, P into pi r square is positive direction, that's why we will take here positive. Another pressure force on face CD is negative. Okay, so we consider P plus del P by del x into dx into pi r square minus shear force tau into 2 pi r into dx is equal to 0. Okay, so by simplification you will get the relation of shear stress. Tau is equal to minus del P by del x into r by 2. Okay, so I will give the number equation number 1. Okay, now from the equation itself we can identify that the shear stress tau across a section varies with radius r. Okay, so as del P by del x is nothing but drop of pressure in x direction, we can say that across the section is constant. Okay, shear stress distribution across the section is linear. So according to this diagram you can identify the shear stress distribution you will get in linear direction. Okay, here you will get linear direction. Similar way, now next we have to first we have to find out velocity distribution. Okay, so to obtain the velocity distribution across a section, the value of shear stress tau is equal to mu du by dy is put in equation number 1. This equation number 1, in equation number 1 we have to put the value of tau, where tau is nothing but mu du by dy. Okay, but in the relation tau is equal to mu du by dy, y is measured from the pipe wall. Okay, so in this section from the pipe wall we have to find out the y. Okay, so y you will get capital R minus small r. Okay, so you will get dy is equal to minus dr. Okay, so put instead of dy minus dr. Okay, so this equation becomes tau is equal to mu du by minus dr. Okay, and further we can write down this equation tau is equal to minus mu du by dr. Okay, so now what we have to do? Now we have to put the value of tau in equation number 1. Okay, so tau is equal to minus del p by del x into r by 2. This is equation number 1. In this equation, we will put the value of tau. That is nothing but minus mu du by dr. Okay, so minus du by dr is equal to minus del p by del x into r by 2 you will get. Okay, further by making du by dr. Okay, so you will get du by dr from this equation 1 upon 2 mu del p by del x into r. Okay, now integrating above equation, this equation with respect to r. Okay, so what will you get? You will get a velocity distribution u is equal to 1 upon 4 mu del p by del x into r square plus c. This is equation number 2. Okay, now what we have to do here? We have to find out the value of constant to finding out velocity distribution. Okay, so for finding out value of c, we have to consider boundary condition. Small r is equal to the capital R and u is equal to the 0. Okay, so what you have to put in the equation number 2, you have to put instead of u 0 and small r is equal to the capital R. Okay, so you will get the value of c is equal to minus 1 upon 4 mu del p by del x into r square you will get. Okay, r square you will get. Now put the value of c in equation number 2. So you will get u is equal to 1 upon 4 mu del p by del x into r square minus 1 upon 4 mu del p by del x into r square. So by simplification, now 1 upon 4 mu of del p by del x taking outside, so you will get u is equal to the minus 1 upon 4 mu del p by del x in bracket r square minus small r square. Okay, now I will give the equation number 3. This is velocity distribution, we can say that, and from the diagram itself you can identify. Okay, so the velocity distribution along the direction of the flow, you will get this diagram as a parabolic diagram you will get. Okay, so we can say that u varies with the square of the r. Okay, so equation 3 shows the velocity distribution across the section of a pipe is parabolic. Okay, so according to the diagram we can say that velocity distribution across the section of pipe is parabolic. Okay, so first thing we have find out here velocity distribution. Now we will find out ratio of maximum velocity to the average velocity. Okay, now the velocity is maximum. When velocity is maximum? When r is equal to 0. Okay, so in equation number 3, in which equation? Equation number 3, what will you put? R is equal to 0. Okay, so the equation further you will get u maximum is equal to minus 1 upon 4 mu del p by del x into capital R square you will get. Okay, I will give the equation number 4 for equation number 4. Now next what we have to find out? We have to find out average velocity. Average velocity is nothing but you will get discharge upon area. Okay, discharge you will get directly pi by r square because circular pipe is there. So the area of pipe will be pi r square. Okay, but here we have to find out discharge. Okay, so by considering the small section. Okay, now we will see from this diagram. Okay, from this diagram or figure from figure B, we have to finding out the discharge. Okay, so we will consider the small element. So that's why we have to find out discharge of small element. Okay, discharge of small element is nothing but dq is equal to velocity at radius r multiplied by area of ring element. Okay, so dq is equal to u, velocity of velocity at radius r is small u. Okay, into 2 pi r into dr. Okay, where we can put the equation of u, velocity distribution, we will put the equation here. So you will get dq is equal to minus 1 upon 4 mu del p by del x capital R square minus small r square into 2 pi r into dr. Now integrating with respect to r, so you will get total discharge q. Q is equal to the integration of 0 to r dq. Okay, so put the value of dq here. Okay, so you will furtherly by simplification at the end or by simplification you will get q is equal to the pi upon 8 mu in bracket minus del p by del x into r raised to 4. Okay, so put this value of discharge in equation of average velocity q upon area. So average velocity u bar is equal to the pi upon 8 mu minus del p by del x into r raised to 4 upon area, we will get pi r square. Okay, so by simplification you will get average velocity u bar is equal to 1 upon 8 mu minus del p by del x into capital R square. Okay, I will give the equation number 5. Okay, so from equation number 5 and 4 you will get the ratio of maximum velocity to the average velocity. So by dividing equation number 4 and 5, we get u maximum upon average velocity is equal to minus 1 upon 4 mu del p by del x into capital R square upon 1 upon 8 mu minus del p by del x into R square. Okay. So by simplification, you will get the ratio of maximum velocity to the average velocity is equal to the 2. Okay. So we find out second terminology that we have to find out for the relation. Okay. Now we will find out third and final terminology, drop of pressure or pressure drop for a given length of L of a pipe. Okay, so here we have considered a pipe. In pipe we consider two sections, section number 1 and 2. Okay, P1 is a pressure acting at a section 1 and P2 is pressure acting at a section 2. Okay, the length between section 1 and 2 is capital L, and from the distance of the pipe, section 1 from the initial stage of the pipe is x1. Okay, so from equation number 5, which equation number 5? Okay, this is equation number 5. Average velocity u bar is equal to 1 upon 8 mu minus del p by del x into capital R square. Okay, so what will you get? By simplification, this relation you will get minus del p by del x, that is nothing but 8 mu u bar upon R square. Okay, by integrating this relation you will get the pressure distribution along P1 and P2. Okay, so integrating 2 to 1, dp is equal to the integration of 2 to 1, 8 mu u bar upon R square into dx. Okay, so by simplification you will get P1 minus P2. Here I have changed the sign here in this equation. Okay, so instead of mine I will consider here minus sign put here, so you will get P1 minus P2 is equal to the 8 mu u bar upon R square x2 minus x1, where x2 minus x1 is nothing but length of the pipe. Okay, L, or the length between section 1 and 2. Okay, so P1 minus P2 you will get 8 mu u bar upon R square into L. Okay, P1 minus P2 is nothing but 8 mu u bar upon L upon instead of radius I have take d by 2. So instead of R I will take here d by 2. Okay, so final equation you will get P1 minus P2 is equal to the 32 mu u bar L upon d square, drop of pressure. Okay, pressure drop here I will get, and this now what we have to find out? Now our task is to finding out head loss. Okay, so head loss HF is equal to the P1 minus P2 upon rho g. This relation we know. Okay, so put the value of P1 P2 32 mu u bar upon L u bar L upon d square. In this equation you will get the relation HF is equal to the 32 mu u bar L upon rho g d square. This equation number 6 is called Hagen-Poiseuille formula. Okay, so this equation we have to find out, and ultimately HF is nothing but head loss. Okay, of within a circular pipe. Okay, when the flow is laminar or viscous. Okay, that we have to find out.